Anyway, we get 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights will be a delay. They go out and we've got the start there. Who's going to... Number 80 is on absolute fire. Number 80 there coming off about the second or the third row was on fire. Everyone got away a little bit cleanly, but number 80 certainly going well there, and that is Zach Fuller from Taupo up in the Waikato. 3 screens here, folks. We've got that many riders. We have 25 seconds of one screen, 25 at the next, and 25. It makes it difficult to bring you the story if we're talking about lap times, but we're out there. Rob Whittle there having a little bit of an issue through the S's and gets gobbled up. He's on the number 74 machine. Rob Whittle from Raglan. He's selling up things. He's going overseas. He said he spent a lot of money going to the Isle of Man and things like that in the last few years. So going to a place called Mauritius to just top up his bank things, and I wouldn't use the word retirement near him because he's a man that will never ever retire, I think, but that's what he's doing. Rob Whittle on the 74 machine. Already a breakaway for Lee Tidman and Xavier Dennis down the back straight. There's a strong mover there in third place there. Is that Scott Finlay? Scott Finlay on the black bike with the fluoro. I don't think it was him, but we'll let them come onto the front straight. 77, that is, 77, that is Scotty Finlay. Let's see them coming through. Indeed, as we say that, he's been passed by Matt Dunlop, so it was possibly SJ Cavell. Let's go through what they're doing. Lee Tidman, Xavier Dennis, Matt Dunlop, SJ Cavell, Zach Fuller, Jacob Stroud there. That is the top. How many of it? I said about the top 6 or 7. The screen's disappeared. That's good. That's what we've got to do. But Xavier Dennis now out in the front. And Lee Tidman, completely different motorcycles. We don't get a lot of Kawasaki's in the Pro Twin class here. We did have one a few years ago. Roy Walker-Holt won the New Zealand Superbike Championship Pro Twin class. But this is a Super Twin from overseas, as we've got a faller inside in the turn 3. This is a bike that's come in with Xavier Dennis from Europe, and look at that. Tills goes up on the inside. Tidman goes up on the inside and takes Xavier Dennis down there on the Higgins corner. So yeah, we got one down. We're just trying to check out the number on that bike. They're okay. We've had quite a few fallers there in turn 3, more than normal. The wind conditions straight down the front straight. Occasionally we get in a crosswind in one of the early, I think, the Formula 2 races. So 9 laps to go. It'll be 8 laps once they come across the start-finish stripe there. We're looking out for lap records. Nowhere near lap record place. The lap record is held by Nathaniel Diprose at a 1:10.834. He was absolutely on fire. We're running down the 1:13 mark. So a 1:21.8, a 1:21.9 for first and second. So Tiddles is stronger. He's got the smaller bike, but the horsepower's all in behind him.
Yeah, this is a fantastic performance from these two guys. They've already flown out the front, so great to see Xavier Dennis. First time to Manfeild this weekend, and there he is in second place. He's been dicing with the lead, but Lee Tidman now out in front and trying to sneak out a little bit of an advantage. Got Matt Dunlop there in third place with Zach Fuller on the Suzuki New Zealand 650 twin in there as well. You got SJ Cavell. He's had a great start as well. He's running in 5th place, and Jacob Stroud on a MT-07. So the Pro Twin racing really coming alive in the F3 class this year, Spot. It's great to see.
Yeah, you've got the choice of upgrading it to Formula 3 because the Pro Twin rules are quite limited, and that's to gain parity in that, but most riders not choosing it. I think there's possibly up to 19 Pro Twin eligible bikes up there because we don't know who's running what formula. In the normal Pro Twin class, they run a treaded street tyre. They are allowed to run whatever they like here, so there may be some out there on slicks, so definitely filling up the class. This Formula 3 class was the Superlight class at the New Zealand Superbike Championships, but this has disappeared off the face of the earth. I don't know why it's so strong at the Suzuki Series. Certainly, even if you take the 19 or thereabouts SV 650s, the Pro Twin bikes away, you've still got a strong class, but it is what it is. They've had a few changes at that level. The 125 GP has been dropped from the New Zealand Superbike Championship, as well as the 250 production as the 300s come along, and that was always going to replace those particular bikes. So some strong running there, but right now Lee Tidman, Tiddles from Tamaranui on the Gillison Contractors Sponsors Machine. Bike Talk is going to be, what was number 45, Gillison Contractors, Bike Talk, Peter Tidman Limited, Dave Allen Car Painter Sponsored Machine. He's in a class of his own at the moment, and fastest lap on the track, a 1:12.272, sorry. Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, so he's nearly a second faster than Xavier Dennis was on that last lap around, just went to the 112s. The only man out there doing the 112, so what a class act. Lee Tidman absolutely flying, so he comes out of the Go Media sweeper and really got that beautiful little handcrafted machine. It's an RS125 frame with a 450cc motocross engine in it, and absolutely flying at the moment. So he ticks off another one, and we have 5 laps to go here in race 1 of the day for the F3 class. We've also got Matt Dunlop and Zach Fuller in there. Jacob Strauss now up into 5th place ahead of Steve Bridge. SJ Cavell just dropped back to 7th place. Rob Whittle, Kieran O'Neill and Carl Hooper rounding at your top 10. So brilliant stuff. There's a big range of different bikes out there as well. So you've got twin cylinder machines, there's 4s and 3-cylinder machines as well. So F3 racing is really cool, and 38 entry spider, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, Lee Tidman also does a bit of classic racing. I've seen him down here on I can't remember the chassis, but a Jawa runs his traditional number 45. His partner Kelly's floating around the pits. I wonder if Kelly could come up and tell us whether that 45 is a significant number. A lot of people have numbers that are significant to them in their life. Some of them, like I said with Jake Lewis earlier on, took over his father's number. And some numbers just mean nothing to people, but some are quite significant. I mean, Dan Medham normally runs the number 34 because it's the first double digit, he could say, when he was teething, or a little bit later than that. So something going on there with numbers. So if Kelly can come and tell us. But meanwhile, there's another nice lap from Lee Tidman. He backs off the pace a bit. He was doing a 12.272. We'll wait till the screen comes through and updates us on that. Tony Hirony, Curtis Boyd did not start. So we've got Dave Fellows is out on lap 1. So Lee Tidman, a 1:13.009, a 1:13.327. So he's controlling this race very, very well. In fact, Xavier Dennis's fastest lap on the last lap. He's actually can see that gap in front of him. He hasn't got the pace to keep it, but of course we will come across lappers there at some stage, and this might change a thing. But right now there's a good 150, maybe 180 metres down that centre straight here at Circuit Chris Amon for the 2019 Suzuki International Series. Got to get all my commentary out now, apart from Wanganui, then I'm sidelined. I haven't been asked to do the New Zealand Superbike Championships this season, and then I will be back at the Pukekohe Classic Festival on the first weekend of February, so that'll be quite exciting. I will be attending the New Zealand Superbike Championships. I've offered my services, whatever they want me to do. I enjoy going to there, and I'm not going to miss that for anything. But right now, the Suzuki International Series out there in front of us, electric racing. Got to acknowledge too some of the 300 bikes out there. The New Zealand Supersport 300 class is probably the most action-packed class out there in terms of racecraft and dicing and that. And we've got a few out here, uncompetitive here, but there will be a bit of banter of the boys amongst them. We've got, I think, number 14 out there. Number 14 is Stephen Bates on a little ZX 450. Sorry, that's a Formula 3 bike, but we've got RC 390 KTMs and the Yamaha R3, Harry Parker, all the way up from Timaru, running in that class. It's great. Oh, that's an unusual place to crash. We've got a bike going through there. That is Steve Bridge on the V-Armour. Went down at turn 2 there. See the through, his bike's on the infield. Steve gets out. That's tough. That's his second crash in his second race. He went down at turn 1, so I'm going to say he probably lost the front end under brakes, but the important thing is he's walking away from it, and the V-Armour is parked up on the infield, so no passing under yellow. The important thing, Steve Bridge is okay. Let's get back out there. We're looking for a white flag. Where is Lee Tidman? Lee Tidman is, where is Tiddles there? Drama aplenty. Yeah, have we had a race where we haven't had a crash yet today?
Yeah, so get to catch it on the Ctas live footage, just coming a bit hot around turn 2, and the front went on him, and a great job from young Zach Fuller there to pull up and stop. So great job there. So it looks like Steve's A-OK, he's up and walking, but that's a nasty crash for him. We've got the white flag out, so 1 lap to go as we see Lee Tidman through the S's at the moment. Xavier Dennis there, he's in second place in this race right there as well. Matt Dunlop and Jacob Stroud. That's third and fourth at the moment with Zach Fuller back in fifth. Rob Whittle, that's doing a good job in sixth place with SJ Cavell, seventh. Kieran O'Neill in eighth. Scotty Finlay on that ZX4 in ninth place. And Ben Rosendale, our Pro Twin 2019 NZSBK champion, he's there rounding out the top 10 spider. So we're on here, and Lee Tidman, half a lap to go.
Yeah, Ben Rosendale had a big crash last weekend. Looks like he's on a borrowed bike there. I'm not too sure who that is. I think it's a guy Lee. but it's tough for him, but he's out there fighting, and currently, as you say, I think he's running in about 10 spots, so great job from Ctas, mate. This guy's got a couple of cameramen and does his own camera work there, and when something like the Steve Bridge incident happens, he goes back and he's got the ability to do slow motion. It will all be on air on YouTube in a couple of days. So there is the race win for Lee Tidman there, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, absolutely dominant performance. Lee Tidman wins over Xavier Dennis by 1.5 seconds. So Xavier kept him honest there, but great to have Xavier over here from France and doing a wonderful job there. So second place yesterday, got another second today. And there we go, rounding out your podium, Matt Dunlop on a Gavin Veltmeyer machine. Great to have Matt riding again. He broke his collarbone at Hampton Downs at Moto Fest earlier this year, so he's back racing again. Jacob Stroud, he's on a Yamaha 650 twin there. Good to have him fourth place. Zach Fuller in fifth. Rob Whittle gets the sixth place. SJ Cavell, he crosses the line in seventh. Kieran O'Neill for eighth. Scotty Finlay finds himself in ninth place there with Ben Rosendale rounding out the top 10. So great pace from Lee Tidman, a 1:12.272. Good lap there from Lee. So he carries on his winning ways and extending his points advantage in the Suzuki International Series for 2019.